Hey, hey, what's going on? Oh, from the left, from the left. Barking from the left, from the left. How come it's always from the left? Maybe it's because of the side of the street. Okay. It's a plausibility. We'll go with that one for right now. Sounds good, so I don't sound like I'm crazy, you know what I mean? But, wow. Okay, barking. Now that just gives us the third one right there. Barking, and it has been from the left. You know, whether it be the side of the street, and I do go down the right side of the street a lot. Okay, but along that same line anyway, as far as like, you know, the noise, or even the horns the other day, you know, and last week we were preparing for, I should say, like flying monkeys and shit, you know. We had actually gone through a few showers, a few, they picked up some, you know how monkeys do, you know, but they take their poo and throw it at you, you know what I mean? Take their dung and throw it at you, you know? And dodged it last week and everything. But this week, and we're just coming out of 4th of July, all right? Where all the fucking fireworks were. And whether it be for the celebration of, you know, the Nikola Tesla Tower being burned down and we kept the free energy so they can go ahead and make money, or the actual, 1776 4th of July, which everyone wants to go ahead and, believe, and not just believe, but I'm talking about, I'll give you an instance. And this is true story. Okay? Inside of the theater on Independence Day, okay, that we went to go see with Eugene Brown III. Hi, Eugene Brown III, you know? And he always put the emphasis on the third and walked out with a big, his chest up and everything, you know what I'm saying? He was taller, you know? When they were younger, I'm not gonna lie, their hair was primped, you know? Body, pretty solid, you know what I'm saying? He could do 100 push-ups straight on the couch, so he had built up a big, nice upper body on the chest and everything. Damien was just thick, boned and big, also. And then when he went to prison, he built up on some weights, so his body was pretty solid and everything, But anyways, back to the theater. And remember, theater means war at the same time, okay? It's just not freaking, eating popcorn and shit, you know what I mean? And by the way, popcorn is not necessarily good for us, okay? It's not necessarily good for us. Do your research on that. I'm just stating that because I do believe Kuan Yin had stated about loving her popcorn, but that was exactly the same thing as Eugene Jr. He loved that popcorn, and he loved coffee. All the things, with the butter, with the popcorn, because it's pop for one. Not to say it's bad all the way around. Of course, we're gonna, but if it's something like the way he did the coffee and the popcorn, oh my goodness, tore into his whole body, especially if you're not doing eating all the other, things to combat it. Okay. Anyways, so back in the theater, who was Will Smith, right? Will Smith, and I think it was when he shot down, I think it might have been inside the plane. I gotta go look at the movie again. Shot down the plane or the UFO, and he was in his firefighter. And I mean, everything is timing. It is timing. I'm not, like I say, either or. It could be both, like I put up there with time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put all that energy in saying one thing is one way and there is no other way. It's too much damn energy on that shit. Anyways, so what happens is as soon as he got finished, because basically it's like, I think it was with UFOs and stuff forth even. I got to remember the movie. Will Smith, and he shoots him down, or either it had to have been with UFOs, I believe. Shoots him down, and at the time, I'm talking about Eugene did it was just perfect. I'm not gonna lie, and I couldn't believe how the whole fucking theater. Okay, so he gets up and says yes, and he has this, like, he's big. He has this. He gets up and the whole theater fucking raises up and shit when he said yes, yes. Everybody's roared right behind him and shit. I was like, damn, look what he's not, But anyway, those are the type of fireworks I was like looking at, or thinking about in a positive sense and in a negative sense on the 4th of July and everything. You know what I mean? And that was really like I said, in a positive. And for me, and both actually, we're sharing with you, the positive as far as the energy that one created with theater even, a movie, and what people even, did inside the movie, which is speaking on the energy part of it. And so with that right there, it was beautiful. And this week, but I still have flying monkeys inside of that, okay? The thought form inside of all that energy back there, flying monkeys. But this week, we got flying serpents. Flying serpents. I'm talking about everybody's thumbnail has definitely got some snaking going on, A cold-blooded. I even had spoke on that in the instance of Capricorn, with the people that I have been inside of, and then the time and everything that is winter and there's cold-blooded, and that aspect I did the same thing. Yeah, in that aspect I did the same thing. But to see how many people actually went in further. Oh my goodness! I turned on the got back into the channel to check the pulse, and oh my goodness, we got flying serpents everywhere. So I guess we have to learn how to go ahead and learn from this and be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, but at the same time, we don't want to make the doves cry. Okay? As we saw what Prince said, this is what it sounds like when doves cry. Right? So I think everybody should take a breath. Take a deep breath, and really, because what I'm seeing right now is really the four squares and everything that we're in right now. You know what I'm saying? Four squares that we have. Out of Saturn, Mercury, Neptune, Chiron. All right, and then we just stepped in, or tomorrow, we're right in it right now. We stepped in to have a Cancer moon. And just saying, breathe, you guys. Breathe with it, because we're all learning a lot right now, and it's kind of got a lot of tension. But all we have to do, I kid you not, this is all we have to do, and I kid you not, on the whole thing, everybody's, is reach inside of your pockets and pay attention. Literally pay attention. Whether it's you have to repay somebody for the attention that they gave you, or you lost, or basically like what's her name? Mary stated in hers, when she pointed out, says, "You're out of alignment." And so when we get out of alignment on the street with police and everything, what happens? We get a ticket. We get a fucking ticket. And we gotta pay that ticket if we're not in alignment. Matter of fact, you don't even have to be driving. You could just be parked in the wrong fucking place and be out of alignment, and you have to pay. So whether it be energy, or whether it be literal material, and I would go with the energy first. But just like Madonna said, because we're living in a material world, I am a material girl. Well, everybody has a little girl in us, you know what I mean? So I would go ahead and reach deep into your pockets and pay attention. All right? That's what I would do. From deep inside of me to deep inside of you. Said Yogi, to hey boo boo.